hypothetical viewers, welcome back to Shining Force 2 with Wandering Dragon. Today we're gonna go to Dwarf Town. We have to head to the part of the river that looks like it's dented or so. There's like a little dent in it or something. It looks a little dented in both sides. Is it down here? Aha! This must be it, I'm guessing. And we have to use the dry stone. But nothing happened. Okay, that wasn't it. A part of the river that looks like it's a little... Maybe it's not onward, maybe it's here somewhere. A little dented in both sides. What does that mean? What is that? Once again, I'm like, I really wish there was like a picture in the sky. Maybe this? It kind of looks a little dented, right? In a way. Wish I could do this with like one click. A little... I may have to quickly look up an image here. After you've defeated Lemon, head to the part in the river that looks a little dented in both sides. A little... I hope this isn't something that's like super obvious to literally anyone, so someone watching it would just be like, you fucking idiot. I'm assuming it's not through that town, because that, I would guess, is like a different thing. Maybe... That cave is where we got clawed, right? Do we have to backtrack to there? We do have a lot access to more of the river there. Yeah, so, you know, we'll see. Maybe this episode will just be me wandering around not finding Dwarf Town. That's the... that's the quality content you come here for. Hypothetical viewers who may or may not ever come here. Oh, maybe... Oh, actually, I see it immediately. It's up here. I forgot that there was another river section up here, yes. Actually, the game did a good job here. It's fairly obvious that there is something unique about that spot. And this little patch must be the forest. We were told the blacksmith was in Galam Forest. Oh, 2 different staircases. Whoa. 3 staircases. Jeez, a lot going on here. Dwarves. The dwarven blacksmith is very good. You can place a custom order with him. Oh, and I forgot to look up all the mithril shit, so we'll just do that on camera. Why not? You know, why not? No one is ever going to see this. It's not gonna matter. Oh, we got a demon rod. I'm gonna assume that's cursed, but we could use it as an item in battle, potentially. Not that I think we're going to need to. Does this just leave? It does. Okay, we'll try and get all around Dwarf Town here. Might take a little... I think I've met you somewhere before. Maybe that's one of the dwarfs we met in that... before Elf... I think it was before we went to Elf Town, like a fairy need our help to heal this dwarf who got sick. Oh, this is the dwarf shop. We don't really need any items, though. Did anybody die? I don't think anybody died. No, we've been doing very well. I guess we should save the game real quick, just in case. You never know. I didn't make a save state in a while. I'll make one at the end of our recording day here. I will continue my adventure, thanks. You're like the one guy who's not a dwarf. A book, Life in a Cave. That is you know, that's getting back to a little more of the silliness of the books in the previous game, which I appreciate. Life in a Cave. It's very dangerous outside. We can't go to Galam. But we have to leave here very soon. Why do you have to leave here? Something going on, dwarf friends? I assume this also just takes you out? Yeah. So there's just multiple exits, which we've seen other maps that are like that. Yeah, sorry, I don't have like a map of this place or anything, so this may take some wandering around in order to get a handle on where everything is. Oh, this actually does have another staircase over here. Nice. Mithril is very hard to find. Go see the blacksmith if you have any mithril. You know, by game logic, there should be like one piece of it here, just so you have a hint about what it is. Welcome to Dwarf Craftsman. The Dwarf Craftsman is the name of the shop, I assume. He didn't say welcome, I'm the Dwarf Craftsman. He said welcome to the Dwarf Craftsman. So that's his store. We can create a great and special weapon for you if you have some special material. What kind of material do you have? Actually, it's all in the caravan, so right now I think we have like one piece. If that. We put like everything away. Save inventory spaces and all that. Oh, we have one spare piece of mithril. Whose weapon should I make? Oh, interesting. So you're not picking from a list of weapons. You're picking people to make a weapon for. So we will look into this. I honestly don't know whether the recording software I'm using lets you just pause or not. It may. I haven't really messed around with it to find that out because I've not needed to so far. Otherwise I would just pause and carry on. Yes, I know, in theory I could stop it, start another video, and use some sort of video editing software to connect them, but I don't know how to do that. Video editing is not among the skills I currently possess. Oh, I got a white ring. I don't know what that does. Let's see if we can find out. Okay, apparently that did not work, so let's have him give the white ring and see who can use it. Ah, it can't be equipped by just anyone. It can be equipped by Ben. How puzzling. And Freya, the vicar. Weird. And it boosts defense, I guess? But only for those two characters. Well, why not, I guess? You know. He's the only one who can use it, and I didn't have him using any of the other rings. And it's certainly nice to have him not take as much damage. He is the one character we can't get killed. Okay, so that's both stairwells down here. I think this is going to take a little bit of backtracking and wandering around, Saz. I don't think we went down this staircase yet. Or we ended up here from going in the other direction. Okay. I don't think we went up this one. Or maybe we did. Yeah, this is a long way to just get to an exit. Sorry if this is extremely annoying to watch, because it's just me going back over the same place over and over again, but just think how annoying it is for me, A, to play it, and B, to be this directionally challenged in my real, actual life, which I am. Think of that, viewers, and take pity. Okay, maybe this will get me to the last treasure chest, because there was one more treasure chest. Here it is. Okay. Okay, so we found all the items, and now what we have to do is figure out what we want to do with the mithril. Well, first I have to get back to that area, which I don't remember which staircase it was down. Maybe this one? Or, no, it's the one above this. Why is Dwarf Town in like 3 separate, not really connected caverns? That's such a strange way to build your town. I think we got there through like one of these staircases. It wasn't... Was it this one? I don't think it was this one. Oh, it was this one. Okay. Okay, so we're back, and right here on camera, I'm just gonna quickly Google mithril weapons. Okay. Oh man, it costs a lot of money. If you give him some mithril, he'll make your weapon for 5,000 gold. Some of the more powerful weapons are extremely difficult to get, so I recommend you save the game before... Oh man, is it random? Oh, this... Why would someone do that? Well, at least I have save states. Save the game before asking him to make you something. If you're not happy with what you get, you can reset and try again. It could take a long time. The smith can do up to 4 weapons at a time, but I always stick to having just one made. If you get 1 decent and 3 rubbish ones, you either lose the mithril to keep the decent one, or you lose the decent one, risk getting all rubbish next time. After you place an order with him, leave the village, then go back. Your weapon will be ready. So let's see. He can make... Oh, I'm gonna try and read this table sideways. There we go. This table is not suited for mobile. So apparently he can make non-magical ones like the critical sword, which we already have, the katana, which is just for our ninja. The battle sword we actually already have, the counter sword, a ninja katana, the gisarm, the best weapon, only for our ninja. The mist javelin, the ground axe. I'm not using anyone who'd use that though. The great rod, the buster shot. Oh, the last game had that, and the hyper cannon. And there's some magical mithril weapons like Levanter for the hero, the Valkyrie, Halberd, Holy Lance, a Heat Axe we already have, Atlas Axe, the Rune Axe, the Wish Staff, the Mage Staff. I think we already have a Mage Staff. We must have picked it up somewhere. Apparently it casts Blaze too. The Holy Staff, the Goddess Staff, the Supply Staff, the Free Staff, the Mystery Staff, the Grand Cannon, the Misty Knuckles, and the Giant Knuckles. Wow. That's a lot. Oh man, the probability of getting the best weapon from the available ones for a particular character is like 4%. This sucks. This is like gacha games before there were gacha games. This is awful. We've just been an hour or more. Okay, then we won't do that on camera in that case. So this sounds terrible. Okay, well let me look at my character list real quick. So we could get a sword, but won't Ben eventually get like the plot sword, the force sword? So for the final battle, it won't even matter. Sarah as a master monk could use the giant knuckles, I guess. Our two master monks. Oops, that's not the right cursor. Our Peg Knight buddy here would be the Mist Javelin. Oh, it does diagonal attacks too, so it's like an all-in-one. Kazan as a wizard, there is the Mystery Staff that regains 2 MP each round, but I really have not run out of MP with Kazan since the earliest levels of the game. Like, his movement speed isn't very high, so a lot of times he's not, you know, he only fights a small number of enemies. Basically with, what does he have now, like 90 MP? Let me check. His MP is question mark, so it's actually above 99. And his best spell costs 10, so he can fight like 10 enemies every battle, and I don't know that he's ever going to do more than that, honestly. And 2 MP per round doesn't gain it back that fast, so he'll maybe 1 extra enemy over the course of battle, so that doesn't really seem worth it. For Slade, the ninja does actually appear to have quite a few special weapons they can get, like the Gisarm, which is absurd. So, yeah, he could use one. Peter doesn't use a weapon. May already has the Nazca Cannon, which... the weapon I see for her is the Hyper Cannon, which I think is based on its animations. I observed this in the last video, that the enemies using the Hyper Cannon have the same animation as her Nazca Cannon. Basically, I think she already has that. And it is already the best one it can be. Oh, but there is also a Grand Cannon, which is one of the magical weapons, but it's only 3 points better, so it's barely different. Gerald doesn't use a weapon. Luke could use a sword. He could use an awesome sword. Yeah, he can get, like... I don't fucking know. I don't know if he can use the same ones as the hero. Possibly he can't. Based on the guide I'm looking at, he may actually not be able to. In which case... The battle sword... I mean, the counter sword, I guess, is technically his best weapon, but... The battle sword is almost as good as that, and we already have that. So yeah, well, this guy does say you can find some of the mithril weapons, and we have found some of them in various battles, because we're using a guide. Oh, one of my friends is playing Fire Emblem Three Houses. I think she's been trying to, since the DLC came out, she like got partway through the game and then got distracted by other games, which happens to me so much. That happens all the time. But then, you know, since she bought the DLC, so she went back and I think is trying to finish it up and play through the DLC. Back to this game. Karna, yeah, we could get her the best glove or whatever, but how urgent is that really? She could use the better weapon because she doesn't have the Nazca Cannon. And then Zinc can't wield weapons. So, quite a few of our characters cannot wield weapons. The wizard doesn't need a weapon. So, there's really only a couple people who would be even worth it to try. Maybe we'll try, like, one. I'll make a save state before, in case it turns out crappy. Save load, we'll use, I guess save slot 4 is fine. And we'll go back to full screen. Let's try making, like, one weapon. I have a piece of mithril on hand. I'd have to go back to the caravan for anything else anyway. So, we can make weapons for, like, we really already have the battle sword for Luke. I guess Janet's one of the only ones who really doesn't have that great of a weapon. Yeah, sure, let's check it out. We have a lot of coins anyway. No, I don't need anything else. Okay, so let's go outside. Oh, I guess this is why his house is right by an exit, to make it convenient. I'll tell you what's not convenient, going back in. Why couldn't he have just been at the bottom of one of these stairs? Why is he... It's already a hidden town, is all I'm saying, and you access it with a secret item, basically. So if you've already gone through all of that, like, we really do not need the triple unlock at that point of getting back there. The Buster Shot, this is pretty good. It's not the maximally powerful one, because I believe that the Grand Cannon is that, but it is pretty good. It's not quite as good as the Hyper Cannon. Well, let's test out, let's just mess around with it a little more. This whole episode will be us messing around with random things, I guess. Let's load this and try again. I don't know why he's like, what material do you have? Can't the game just see how much mithril I have in my inventory and just just sort of automate this process? It is an old game, I guess. Its UI is not as good. Okay, so let's try it again and see, like, what kind of mixture of stuff we can get. I think the Buster Shot may be the weakest one you can actually get for the archers. Buster Shot, some of these are the same name as weapons from the first game. Buster Shot was one of the things you could buy for your archers in the first game. It was like the promoted weapon. So I guess you mostly... Oh, apparently you can turn them down if you want. He'll just go, what a pity. I'll keep it. Let's load this again, and I'll just mess around with this on my own time. For now, we'll go on toward the next place. Yeah, well, we'll have plenty to talk to and stuff in Galam, so that'll be like, we'll go to Galam, talk to everyone, and that'll be kind of the last episode of the day. And I'll mess around with the blacksmith on my own time and see if I can get any of the good items, and if not, it won't be that much of a loss. I'm honestly slightly disappointed. So here we are back here, the place we were once imprisoned. All the way at the start of the game. Apparently there's an item hidden here somewhere in these bushes. It says hidden in the bushes outside the north gate, which I'm sort of assuming is this because usually in video games that don't have a compass rose visible anywhere, north is just up. Yeah, here we go. The Evil Shot, presumably a cursed weapon. Yeah, and I think this is mostly just gonna be talking to people. Red Baron is Lemon. He was running around and crying for somebody to kill him. I feel like this game is trying to have dramatic moments, but it just doesn't do a very good job at it because that... Maybe it's a translation issue. It could very well be, but that is not a... That sounds silly rather than dramatic. It just sounds so... It's like a black comedy. Oh, this is the prison where we were locked up, remember? We apparently cannot go back there now. This is where we met Slade. I recall backtracking at that point, going back to an earlier save, because I missed an item, the Chirrup Sandal, which Slade still has. I think, if I remember it when I looked it up, I think it makes monsters more likely to attack you, so it's useless, but I went back to get it anyway, and he still has it. I keep checking all the wells, and they've disappointed me the entire game. What do you got to say, NPC friend? My boyfriend has not returned from the war. I hope he's alive. He's probably not. Joy of fantasy. Is that supposed to imply that, like, he's dead? She just, like, wishes he was alive? Or is it just a coinky-dink? From Grand Seal? I didn't know anyone survived that earthquake. Yeah, because our entire town got sucked up. Hey, it's the caravan. Oh, is the caravan always hanging around in towns? I've never actually seen it. What the fuck is this? A hole. Hi. Huh. We can't go in it. I'm trying. That is weird. I heard from a soldier that Yale is haunted. He said that he heard the sound of a piano playing. Ben investigated the bookshelves, a book of mythology. Lemon made that hole. He jumped off the top of the castle, but he didn't die. Again, this really feels like the game wants it to be a dramatic moment that the player will, like, feel pathos about, but that just seems like a slapstick comedy. Like, that seems like something from Roadrunner. Do you know about the statue of the devil? It appeared at the ancient tower. I do not know about the statue of the devil. I guess we'll see it when we go to the ancient tower. Red Baron was looking for something at the ancient tower. Nobody returned from that trip. I didn't go. I was smart. Okay. You sound like kind of a douche, to be honest. Oh, we fought some of these guys super early on, and like in the battle that we fought in Galam. Good weapons and armor, huh? Is he, like, commenting on ours? Like, wow, those are good, huh? Commenting on his own, being like, they're good, right? Or is he just musing about them in general? Like, good weapons and armor, huh? What are those? I think he was looking for the holy sword. Please don't tell anybody they told you. So that's going to be the magic sword we have to use to kill Zayon or whatever. Presumably Lemon will, like, return and help us find it or something, I would guess. Wow, some fairy powder. What an excellent reward at this stage of the game. I should use those stat boosting items too. I think in the first game I may have forgotten to ever use them. I don't remember. It's been a while since I recorded those. Arg. I saw them. Many devils came from the tower. Yeah, I mean... yeah, that's sort of an ongoing theme here. You want to enter the tower? Impossible, it's buried in the ground and there is no door. Lemon apparently got in. I don't really need anything right now. Man, this castle is needlessly complex. Like, it's not really that rewarding to explore it. Why am I guarding the kitchen? I feel like someone said that last time we were here, too. Oh, where does this go? Oh, is this the escape route we used when we busted out of prison at the beginning of the game? Man. We've really come full circle here. Yeah, it is. Yeah. I remember finding an item there, so in theory, could we have gone back at this stage and found the item that we missed? That's incredible to think of. I'm not even sure if I feel like I have once again gotten a little turned around, and I'm not totally sure whether I've actually seen everything in this area, to be honest. I'm already lost, as per usual. Okay. I heard a rumor that a handsome boy is leading the devils now. It's probably Adler. His Dragon Ball Z hair. A book. Soldiers. The king is reading a book called Soldiers. History of Galam. Well, I guess that's really all there was to do in Galam. Yeah. That's that. So when we leave, there's going to be a battle, but we only have 5 minutes more-ish, 5-6 minutes in this episode, so I'm actually just going to walk back to Dwarf Town and then, you know, call it a day there. And, you know, before the next episode, I'll mess around with the blacksmith and see if we get anything worthwhile. And if it ends up just taking a really long time and I don't get any of the really good stuff, then whatever. I have to say, I collected all the mithril using a guide because I was like, hey, I was just like, you know, this is secret stuff in the game. Isn't part of the fun of Let's Plays getting to see all the hidden stuff that you might miss in your own playthrough, you know? And it's all in places we were going anyway, so it's like, cool, that's... you don't have to go out of your way to get it, really. But I have to say, considering how, if you didn't use a guide, it would actually be fairly difficult to find all of it. Some of it is in pretty obscure spots, some of it is just in treasure chests, that's easy enough to find. But some of it is in random locations on the world map that you just have to search. So unless you're going to go to the trouble of like clicking A on every square in the game, which sure would be annoying, it's actually not that easy to find all of the mithril. And then you also have to do like the little optional thing of helping the dwarves in that one cave back in South Parmesia to get the dry stone. And then you have to come to this area and realize you can use, even if you realize there's something a little unusual about the river there, you might not realize you have to use the dry stone. You know, that it might not be obvious to you what to do, and you might just think, oh, maybe I'll go there later and not know. The game doesn't really... I guess maybe if you remember that the dwarves gave it to you and you're told the dwarven blacksmith lives in the forest, maybe you piece it together, but it is a little bit of a leap. And then you get all the way here after all of that, and you can't just buy the weapon you want. It's just random chance. And unless you're using a guide like I am, you don't even know that. So you might think that there's just a weapon per character, which before I looked it up on the guide, I was sort of assuming when he said which character, I was like, oh, I guess they each have a weapon. So you certainly don't know what all of them are or what the best one is. So without a guide, you have no way of knowing what you're getting. So it's... And I'm fine with some stuff like that where it's like, oh, you get a random, you know, it's like buying like a mystery box or something. You get a random weapon. But the amount of work it takes to get all the mithrils and all this secret shit, it just feels like it should be not a randomized thing. You know? That feels a little bit lame. It's... If you didn't need to use all the mithrils and you could just pay him 5,000 for a random weapon, then it would be like, fine, that's kind of a fun little randomized system. If you got all the mithrils and then you can buy the one you want from the list, and maybe they'd cost different amounts, so the best ones are more expensive or whatever, that's also fine. But having to get all the mithrils and then getting a random weapon, that feels sort of dumb. It's a little disappointing. Yeah, I kind of thought this would matter more. And as good as the weapons are, we're already really powerful, and not every character needs a weapon. Some of the best characters don't. Peter's really good. But whatever, it's something to mess around with. I'll see if I find any of the good weapons or not. Apparently it's very unlikely, so we may not use any of them in this playthrough because there's a limit to the amount of time I'm willing to spend messing around with that. That's just annoying. And any random system like that can be kind of a pain. Every game was like that when I was a kid, though. You know, it's especially RPGs with random drops where the rarest item from certain enemies is just, it's like a 1% chance to get this. And as a child, I had a lot more patience for grinding for hours to do that. But as an adult, I'm like, this is not important enough for me to spend this much of my life on it. I only have so many hours in the day. But I'll see if I find any of them in a reasonable amount of time. And whether we find them or not, in the next episode, we will go on to the town we heard about of Yale, I think they said, that is supposedly haunted, and see what we find there. And we are really in the home stretch of the game now, so we are close to the end. We're close to the end. So thank you for watching, hypothetical viewers. I hope you enjoyed this disappointing trip to Dwarf Town where we just wandered around a bunch and enjoyed reading a bunch of weird slapstick black comedy stuff about Lemon's various attempts to kill himself, which is really, I feel like, did not come off the way the writers of this game intended it to. Maybe a translation issue, maybe not sure. But I hope you'll look forward to the next episode of Shining Force. We'll get back to the so next time on Shining Force 2, back to the plot.